Hey everybody, it's your girl April Marie, and I am so excited to be here. Welcome to Handle Her With Care podcast. Today I have my amazing guest, Ebony Wilson.
She put dubs on it.
It's dub worthy, baby.
I'll take that.
Yes. Yes, she is a psychotherapist right here in the Antelope Valley.
Yes, ma'am.
And she is amazing. First of all, I'll let her tell you a little bit about like your certifications and all of your licenses.
Sure.
Tell me what.
So by licensure, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I have a master's in social work. I'm a doctor-elect in social work. I
Yay.
currently go to school at the University of Kentucky online for my doctorate degree.
Woohoo.
I have a pupil personnel services credential from UCLA. I'm licensed with the state of California Board of Behavioral Sciences.
Come on.
I have an associate's degree from Antelope Valley College in social and behavioral sciences. And I have my bachelor's in sociology from Cal State Northridge. I've been in the mental health field for about 15 years now.
Wow.
I know how to look it.
Girl, because I don't see not one blemish. I told her before the show, I said, your skin is just so beautiful.
I told her it was concealer.
I told her I didn't care. Whatever
Thank you.
it is, it's bomb.
Thank you.
Yes, yeah. It's so good to see you, first of all.
Same.
We reconnected probably in the last couple of years.
Sure.
And I remember you telling me about your COVID and how things kind of transpired with that. And how you've kind of come from this really like crazy moment to spiraling into this huge platform where you're
Sure.
able to take care of so many people doing what you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Just going back to COVID, that happened in 2020. So in 2019, I graduated from CSUN
Right.
with my master's. The Antelope Valley community is my community.
That's right.
So I came back up here from Northridge just to do the work. Started as a school-based therapist at Yellen. I was assigned to Eastside High School, Little Rock High School, and Yellen Learning Center. And then right when I was transitioning to a wraparound therapist, I caught COVID in the 2-week span that I was taking a break from ending one position to starting another position. And I was in the hospital for 8 days. I almost lost my life by the grace of God. I had a lot of residual effects from COVID.
Right.
I got nerve damage in my feet.
Wow.
I had 2 ulcers on my feet that caused me to have to be in a wheelchair for a while.
Wow.
But I still started as a intensive services therapist, just doing what I can. I was furloughed for a while, which worked out because COVID.
Right.
And so they were trying to figure out how does telehealth look. And they couldn't train me because I was just getting started. So I was furloughed for a while. I did intensive services for 5 years in a wraparound setting. So I was on a wraparound team.
Right. And I know you're saying wraparound, and we talked about it previously, but I just want to confirm that
Wraparound.
that is.
So a wraparound approach is where you have the clinician, who was myself. We're on a team.
Okay.
You have the clinician, then you have the behavioral specialist that works with the client, and then you have the parent partner that works directly with the caregiver, and then there's a facilitator. So the facilitator on the team works with the social worker, the team, and any other agencies that's involved in the client.
Okay.
So that could be a CASA worker, that could be a probation officer, and we all come together as a team to help the client and family.
I love that.
We meet monthly for child and family team meetings just to continue to track progress and have action steps. So it's just a little more intense than your traditional just one-on-one therapy.
Yeah. It's like a big old hug.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And I think that that's needed.
Sure.
Yeah. Especially when it's a very complicated issue that needs intensive therapy.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was also that a lot of times what I'm creating at Ebony Safe Space
Yes.
is so different from what I'm used to when I think about private practice. And so I don't know what to call what Ebony Safe Space is.
A safe space?
It's a safe space.
That's right.
But I also take on that wraparound approach.
Okay.
And so more than just individual therapy,
right.
We provide like parenting services to caregivers, connecting them to resources. We work closely with DCFS.
Okay.
And so we also work with social workers to advocate for the client, to make sure that their needs are met, and that the DCFS social workers are also thinking about the client differently and thinking about their mental health needs and how that plays a part in the family dynamic. When we're in the schools, we're not just working with the students. We are also providing parent consultations.
Yes.
We're working with staff members.
It's a whole family.
Yeah.
A whole
eco approach.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Super necessary. Yeah. Because when you just pinpoint that one issue there, and there's this whole thing going on around it.
Sure.
It's like, no, we still have so much work to do with everybody around this child or everybody around this mother or So I think that that's impressive.
Sure.
And needed.
It is needed. Like, we are trying to be more open to mental health as a community.
Right.
But we still don't fully understand it.
Yeah.
And so I think as clinicians, we provide a lot of psychoeducation to the caregivers and to teachers. And what's been good is they've been embracing us.
Right.
The community, the principals, the teachers, the caregivers, for the most part, they want to learn.
Yeah.
They want to understand.
Right. It's necessary. And it's not a cookie cutter approach.
Sure.
Everybody's different.
Sure.
So you can't just take this wraparound approach for this child, right? It's like custom care, right?
The art of social work is what they call it.
The art of social work. Okay. So how has being a therapist changed the way you view your own healing and relationships?
Ooh, a lot of self-reflection. A lot of how I show up is my stuff. Ooh. Oh, that's what I say.
Yes, that's what you.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yes. Okay.
And so now as a therapist, I'm able to say, I think it's when my dad passed away. So now my brothers, they coddled me. There was not a lot of boundaries for me growing up.
Okay.
And I had to learn, I don't know how to speak to men because there were no boundaries growing up. And so I had to learn that, and I had to unlearn to not be disrespectful and think everything's supposed to go my way.
Right.
But that was just from my upbringing. But it took me to be more educated and more aware to see myself, to be able to work on those things.
To see myself. It's to see myself and unlearn. Those two words hit home.
Yep.
Yeah.
To see my... the intention was good.
Right.
Even as a mom, there's a 12-year gap with my kids.
Okay.
And so with my son, we've had multiple conversations about what our household looked like when I was in my master's program, when I was trying to be a mom, when I was trying to pay bills and do all these things.
Yes.
And how I was overwhelmed and overstimulated and easily irritated, right? And I thank Messiah for giving me so much grace,
Yeah.
But now as a mom to this 2-year-old, I'm more intentional about not bringing that home, setting boundaries, and being present with her.
That was very concise and beautifully said. Yeah. Because I was sharing with you earlier that was the same thing conversation that I had with Caleb. And how, yes, he is in college, and how appreciative he was of my hustle.
Sure.
But he saw it and he experienced it in a different way than Carter. And so now that I'm intentionally doing differently with Carter. I'm home. You have me. I'm present.
Sure.
What does that say? Who said that? Let me hear. Let me look. Let me see. My sister's so funny. She said to me yesterday, she said, gosh, you are annoying. Just was never that annoying mom to Caleb.
Yeah.
Because we were growing up together, kind of. I
Yeah.
mean, he's 18. He'll be 19 in April, and I'm 41, just new. So, I mean, we was like, almost like siblings. I call him brother, son sometimes, depending on who's around. I'm like, it's my brother, son. Because, we kind of just, and he's so easy.
Y'all vibe.
We vibe. Yeah. And he was just like, it was like growing up with a little old man. So it was easy. And so with Carter, it's not that he's difficult. He's amazing. But my intention is different.
Sure.
I see exactly where I want him to go. And he sees it. And so I'm just helping him to paint that picture for himself. And so there's a different intention.
Nice.
So I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what do you feel are the biggest misconceptions about therapy in the Black community?
That we are just going to tell your business and get you locked up and get DCFS involved.
Yeah.
I do understand that that's the experience for a lot of people that come in contact with therapists and social workers. Sure. I think when you have an experience with a therapist, most of the time it's because from our community, you came to the attention of DCFS, and once you were either your kids were detained or DCFS was involved, it probably was due to maybe neglect or some form of trauma.
Right.
And so now they are almost telling you that you're going to enroll into therapy. And so now it's not, you don't feel empowered. So now you're doing something that it wasn't by choice. It's almost mandated. And then a lot of people are coming in contact with therapists who don't get them.
Right.
Who don't understand them.
Yes.
Who don't make them feel safe. And then in the field, a lot of people as clinicians, they prioritize the agency and their license and all that. So they err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times they are reporting to the hotline and doing all of this for something that I would know is like, it's normal.
It's a social norm.
Yeah. It's community-based stuff. It's Black people. That's what we do in our household. We're not trying to emotionally abuse our kids.
Right.
We're just setting a boundary and trying to give them structure.
Right. Absolutely.
So I think it's from just like a lot of experience that they've, like negative experiences that they've had, and thinking that people are going to judge them for not getting it right.
Yes.
But who gets it right? So I think it's some of that. Did I answer your question?
You did. And I think that when we were speaking previously, you mentioned a word that I loved. It was relatable. Is relatable therapy or?
Relatable mental health services.
Exactly.
So Ebony Safe Space, our mission is to provide relatable mental health services.
The mission.
So and I was telling you earlier too about practice wisdom.
Yes.
Right? And with practice wisdom, I tell my clinicians, we're going to use cognitive behavioral therapy. We're going to use dialectical behavioral therapy. We're going to use these interventions, right? But first, the relationship.
Yes.
You have to build the relationship.
Right.
You have to get them to trust you.
Yeah.
So you have to be relatable.
Right.
You have to meet them where they are at. And then you pull in that CBT, that DBT, those interventions, because they're evidence-based.
Right.
So research shows that they are effective. So we're going to use it.
Yeah.
But it starts with the relationship. You can't get anywhere if nobody trusts you.
Exactly. Like we were talking about our kids even. When we're talking to the kids and we're sharing different things, you have to start with actively listening.
Sure.
And what does that look like?
Validating how they feel, right? We're talking about how when you're talking to your kids, and we're talking about how now a lot of kids struggle with social anxiety and anxiety, which is something we didn't experience growing up. We were a little more resilient. And so now a lot of parents don't even understand what that looks like or what that even means. And so a big part of it is validating how they feel. Their feelings are valid.
They are.
And once you kind of tell them, like, I hear you, is you feeling, a little worried and anxious because there's so many people around. I hear you.
Yeah.
Reflecting back to them what they're telling you so they know that you hear them.
Right.
Validating them. And then now that they feel safe, they don't feel judged.
Right.
Now you can give them some pointers or suggestions or recommendations what they can do now. Tell them, you good.
Right.
You good. Nobody's going to hurt you. Go have fun.
Right.
Have a good time.
Yeah.
It's all in your
Be
head.
open. Yeah. To the experiences. Yeah.
And now they are willing to try it.
Right.
Because the relationship.
Absolutely.
You heard them, you made them feel good, you validated them, and now they're willing to try your suggestions because they feel safe with you.
They feel safe. Yeah. And that's so funny that you mentioned that about, like, go out, have a good time. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. We are here for support when you get back.
Sure.
My oldest, as I said, he's in college. And he's always created a very safe space for himself.
Nice.
Caleb does not put himself in harm's way. He'd be like, I don't think that's for me. I'm like, wait a minute, Caleb, hold on, buddy. We'll go together. Because what? We can go, But he is the same in college. And so I'm like, okay, he goes to TSU. That's a predominantly Black college. It's the HBCU, shout out. And he is like, I'm like, where are you? It's Friday night. Why are you on FaceTime with Carter, playing the game? And he's like, there's nothing in the streets for me. I'm like, it's not the streets, son. I'm not trying to put you in the streets.
Yeah.
I just want you to have the full, college experience, whatever that looks like. The football games, I'm talking about school activities, not parties over here.
I hear you.
Like, I'm just saying, go do. And he's like, maybe I'll catch the next one. I'm good, Mom. And so, I think that part of it is he protects himself. He's very careful with himself. I do think that he has something going on with the Lord. He's like, I think ministry or something's happening there, and I love it.
Okay.
But I also think that it stems from the social anxiety part. He was a COVID kid, and so all of those different moments, he's like, during junior high, when it was pivotal for me to be outside, I was inside. And it took him a while to like get those gears going. So junior and senior year were more so his moment of blooming, whereas probably for most kids, it starts in junior high. Is that true, right? Socially? Or what do you think about that?
I think kids don't start getting who they are.
Yes.
Into like the 10th grade.
Okay.
I think but every kid is different too.
Yeah.
Some people are sure of themselves and they're not followers and they're not easily influenced and they know what they want. That can happen in middle school. But for the most part, what I've seen is the 9th graders, they come in, they have a point to prove.
Sure.
They don't really, they're followers, or they already have this mask that they wear that came from middle school, whatever that mask is, and they trying to hold up to that mask. And it's not until 10th grade where they'll see the 9th graders coming in and be like, that's what I was on.
Right.
And now they're a little more calmed down. They're a little more cautious.
Okay.
They found who their friends are.
Yes.
And they, then they start to come into their own.
Okay. I love that. Yeah. I think he was maybe a late bloomer on that. And I think it all happened probably because of COVID.
Yeah.
So now I'm
What
seeing.
year was he in school with COVID?
7th.
7th grade. Got you.
So now when I see the difference between Carter's maturity socially and Caleb's, because of the, their different personalities, yes. But then just looking at, the age group, I'm like, okay, I see where COVID probably did some
I think
interesting
COVID
things.
kids, it can be studied at this point.
It should be.
We didn't live through a pandemic.
We didn't.
Things were different. Even when they went back to school, they had to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And it was just so much that
Awkward.
was different.
Yeah.
Even the schools were trying to, now they switched to a lot of things virtually.
Right.
And now they were figuring out how do they keep that going.
I know.
So now I think some classes, one Spanish class at a school that I work at is fully virtual. So it's like they do everything on the computers.
On the computer. And so his was 7th, 8th, and then he went back to school 9th with a mask on. Didn't know nobody. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
We working through it all. You know what I'm saying?
It threw him off whack.
Yeah.
The normal progression that we thought was supposed to take place was interrupted for him.
It was for all, and I'm mentioning him specific because he's my child.
Sure.
But what I've noticed is it trends.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with his age group.
I agree.
And so I didn't even mean to get up on that tangent, but it's like, you're here. It's Ebony's safe space. I can let it all hang out. Okay, so how do you see the conversation around mental health changing for women of color?
I feel like we are embracing it more.
I do too.
I feel like we're being open to it.
Yeah.
I feel like we are starting to make those connections of how we experience things in our childhood or in previous relationships, and how those experiences are shaping how we talk to people, how we interact with people, our tolerance, and we are also being more in tune of like our medical conditions and how stress plays a part in that.
Huge.
And so I think we are moving in the right direction and realizing as we are just thinking more about self-care, we're thinking about that mental health component plays a part in that. And maybe we need to see what's going on with that.
Right.
Because I do remember, I didn't experience this, but I do remember how my dad would insult my mom. So now when a guy says anything to the left to me, I'm either done with him or I'm coming out of my body, and I probably do need to see what that's about.
Right.
And we're starting to have more self-awareness and understand that is a component.
It is.
As we want to be our best selves, we have to address.
Yeah. We have to address more than just the physical aspect of it. Because I think the misconception is that self-care is only about what you're doing to your physical body. Is my hair done? Are my nails done? Was my outfit cute? Did I, my toe, all the things. But then you leave out of the hair salon and you're in the car crying. We talked about that before, years ago. And so the goal is to be able to have all of the pieces, lining up. All the pieces need to match so that you can have a full life, and be able to express yourself fully. There's nothing worse than being trapped in a pretty body with a crazy mind or a mind that is, not well. Yeah. So I'm excited that people are starting to more so embrace
mental health.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So what is a scripture or a saying or a quote that keeps you grounded on tough days?
I don't know. I know one of the things that I always go to is like putting on the full armor of God. And when things are just, what I notice is when it's time for me to elevate or I'm going to the next level, things just start to go out of whack. Sometimes it's people closest to me that like trip for no reason. Things are just not working. Just crazy things start to happen. And I have to take a step back and just say, life is lifing.
Yes.
Life is lifing. And I know that it's not a fleshly battle. It's a spiritual battle.
It is. Yes, yes, yes.
I know that we're saving lives. And so sometimes I believe that negative, evil forces may see that before it manifests itself and will try to disrupt it.
Absolutely.
And so when that's happening, I know I have to put on the full armor of God. I have to have faith.
Absolutely.
Right? I have to be righteous in moments that other people are not being righteous. Right? I have to pray. Right? I have to do all of these things to protect my spirit. To be able to just continue to move forward. And life be lifing.
It do.
Life just be life, and that's one of the things I say. Life be life,
and
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
But keep going.
But keep going. Yeah. Okay, so how do you define self-care beyond candles and bubble baths for you?
Self-care for me, it's always a behind, because bubble baths is my thing.
Okay.
But it's also learning myself, continuing to grow. One of the biggest things that I work with my clients on is identifying their triggers. Triggers look different for everybody because triggers are connected to your life experiences.
Right.
And so for me, now that I'm in a space of being a wife and being a mom, being a wife is a new space for me.
Yes.
And
congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so I need to identify my triggers in that.
Yeah.
And work on myself.
Yeah.
And have self-awareness and talk to my therapist.
Okay.
And
because you have a therapist.
I do.
I love that.
I have a therapist. I do couples therapy with my husband. I do individual therapy for myself.
Yeah.
I think it's necessary.
Right.
I think it's necessary.
Right. You stand on the pillar that you built. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's necessary.
I love that.
And so a part of self-care too is just always developing, always learning, always unpacking what triggers you, what makes you so upset, and working on that.
Right.
Because as you grow older, different things make you upset too. And you have to learn that and work on that. Yeah. Because if not, it's going to stress you out.
Right. Right. It's going to stress you out and cause other people to not want to be around you.
True. And it'll impact relationships that you really care about.
Wow.
And that you want to work.
Yeah.
But you're so tripped up with yourself and you don't understand what's happening, and it's affecting the relationships.
Okay, you got to say ooh after that.
Ouch. Ooh, oh, the ooh. That was a good one.
Ouch is good too.
Yeah. But
yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah, that hits home. Okay, so in lieu of our time, I want to know, how can people reach you?
Okay. So they can always go to my website. My website is like the hub of all the information.
Yes.
On how to contact me. So they can go to www.ebonys with a S. So EBONYS safe SAFE space SPACE.org.
Okay.
They can reach me by phone at 661-462-9408. They can email me at ewilson@ebonys with a S, safespace.org. And we also have an office off of Sierra Highway in Palmdale. So if you ever wanted to just come in person for a consultation, you can give me a call and we can set a time to meet in person. And just wanted to add, I'm busy, if I'm being honest. I'm always booked and busy, but to continue to service my community, we are expanding. So we have a team of dynamic clinicians. Shout out to Kenya Williams, Christopher Holman, Cynthia Gonzalez. We have a team of clinicians too who is just ready to walk that journey with you, hold your hand, and challenge you and empower you to be the best version of yourself.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Building a team is necessary.
Yes, ma'am.
I think especially in this work, because, you know, not everybody's your therapist, right? Isn't that what they teach you, to vet your therapist? And so then,
true that.
You know,
true
you
that.
have a plethora of people and that can hit every space, but you're in charge of all of that.
Yes.
And that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you for coming on my show.
No problem.
Thank you for speaking to the Handle Her With Care podcast community, because truthfully, therapy has not always been popular. And as it gains popularity, I think it's important that we're able to sit with each other and unpack these things, because we need more information on therapy and on mental health and wellness and self-care.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm going to mention the Soft Space Journal. You can visit my website, aprilmarieholland.com. Okay, and that is your self-care hub where you can talk anything from hair care. I have different blogs about self-care. You can purchase your journal, and then you can also look and see any speaking engagements that I have coming up or anything that you'd like to be a part of. They are right there at aprilmarieholland.com. You can also visit my website and you can grab your bottle of Hair Honey hair care growth oil. It is www.myhairhoney.com. And you can purchase your growth oil and any of the other hair care products that you desire. And then I also want to give a shout out to the place where I record my podcast, 661 Creator Space. They are an incredible team of multimedia experts that can take you from not having a podcast to having a whole entire podcast. Okay.
Yes. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful here.
Yep.
So definitely the links for all of these things will be in this video and in the description. So click and shop and play and get your therapy. Okay.
Period.
And all of the things, because that's what we're here for. We are a resource. So do not forget to handle yourself with care. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.